want to take you a little bit on a journey where I've been and what's gone on over the last 18 months. And to start with, this is the very first course that I started in, and I was looking back at my very first post in here, and it was talking about my past, my present, and my future leadership and what was going on. And this very first part was quite telling, and want to just want to play it again.
So that brings me to where I'd like to go from here, where I see myself in the future. I want to keep exploring new technologies. I want to keep exploring new methods of learning and new ways to help engage students. I also want to explore new methods for myself to bring all of this learning to other teachers. I want to inspire others to reach out and to take risks. I do have a childlike wonder about the world around me, but at the same time, I wonder what it will take for me to reach these goals, and I'm really looking forward to this program and learning how I can do more and bring the things that I know and the things that I'm passionate about to other people.
And so that was really where I was going at and where I was starting. And when I started on the journey, there was still a lot of questions of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to work with other teachers. I wanted to expand beyond the four walls of my classroom. I've been doing that for a long time. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I still do enjoy it. I still love working with kids. But I was starting to realize I could have a bigger impact, and I had opportunities to have that impact, and it had fallen through, hadn't gone well, and there were things that were going on, and there were starting to be some missed opportunities along the way, and realized I needed to do more and work at that. And so started down this journey. As I went through about this course right here, as we started talking about leading organizational change and working with with the whole organization and leading groups of people to really take a chance and to make those differences, having those crucial conversations. And I was really, as I looked at my innovation plan and was realizing that there are some things that were happening and there was stuff going on in my campus I needed to be aware of, that we had a lot of overload, a lot of initiatives that were coming in and things that were happening that were causing some issues. But my principal at the time had asked me, what do you want to do? Where do you want to be? And I realized I didn't have a clear single answer. So I sat down, talked with a couple friends of mine, and really looked at it and set my sights on some direct paths. Things there was like, nope, this is what I intend to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I am good at. This is where my strengths lie and where I can make the biggest impact in students and teachers and other people in my community and really make that kind of impact, and started working towards that and really focusing the things that I was doing. So it started to take my innovation plan as this change here that you see took place, that was realizing we got things going on our campus. At this moment, we started having the discussions about the iPad 1-to-1, and that changed the way some of the PL opportunities I was having, from dealing with computational thinking specifically to some of those core concepts and working with teachers and having a broader impact that was really starting to come through. And really, taking those steps towards, where I wanted to go next. And then about this point in here was where, and this point in here where the assessing digital learning, this was really where I started to work this summer and was working with other teachers, and this conversation came up, and it was interesting and timely that I was working with these teachers and they were new to coding and they were new to computational thinking in their classrooms, and we were working with them K-12, and one of their questions was always, how do I assess this? Do I just look at their code and give them a grade for it? But we're talking about processes. We're talking about them solving challenges. We're talking about them doing really meaningful work that is very unique to them and their situation, and going to be different than the person sitting next to them. How do we assess that? How do we teach that? And that's where we started working on the challenge-based learning and working with this. And it was, again, a very timely fashion that this came in, and was able to work on this and talk with these teachers about measuring this. And I was starting to really be able to apply this, and it was really nice that I could apply it at that moment. I didn't have to wait. It wasn't something also I was applying in my room. This was something I was helping other people apply in their rooms, and I was starting to have that greater impact and that bigger impact. And seeing that vision that I had for myself of still having that childlike wonder and still being creative and still exploring, but able to share that journey with other people, and not just tell them what to do, but walk the journey with them and go along with them and take them along that journey. And that really gets me excited, and I really like doing that, and that type of work there. That's really my passion, and really where I've learned that that's what the next phase leads for me, and where I'm headed to in my journey. And it started to make things make a lot more sense. And we started working through, and then just coming along through as I finished this up and looking at what has gone on and what's happened and where I'm going. And I've got these pieces here that I've been able to work on. My plans have changed, but the focus is still the same. And all of this has taken place. And it's really been timely. It's made an impact in my classroom as well. A lot of these things that I've taken them and used the same thing. That my portfolio actually has a piece, it works in my classroom. Working with the teachers this summer and this fall, I actually used my portfolio. They were using, we used it as an example for them to learn some of the PL things, and I was showing them what I was doing. I'm showing my teachers on my campus and my department some of the things that I'm doing and able to share them. I've been able to share better with my blog here, that you can see that I've been able to do more with that and go on. But this is something that was really unique. It was a situation that came up where people needed some resources. And I was able to take this toolkit that I have and expand it and add new pieces to it. And we were able to put in a part in here, these app development materials for teachers to use, so they had direct links to the things they needed, that they could find them. Because we were sharing resources, but it was getting lost in emails and this long list. So we created a place for it where we had these videos. Even made some videos for teachers as we were teaching them prototyping, where they could come back to it and they could use this, and they didn't have to go hunt for it. They were just there, and it's going to stay there. And I'm going to hang on to this and keep it moving and keep it going right here, and move this forward as we go through, and with these links and different parts of this that teachers can use. They can share it, they can grow from it, and I'm growing as well as I keep adding it. It's a living resource that's just been growing and changing, and we've been adding pieces to it. It's really amazing what's happened over just in the last 6 months, taking place with this portfolio, with the learning that I've been doing, and using it not just in my classroom, not just for myself, but actually using it to work with other teachers and to move that needle in so many classrooms around the country. And that has been impactful. That's been meaningful. And now when people ask me, what do I want to do? I have a real answer for them. I want to be in that curriculum role, that leadership role where I get to work with teachers and work with schools to help shape a program and shape the way the teachers are working, and take the things I've learned and help them grow with that. Help them take what they do really well and build upon it, and use my examples and my experiences as kind of a learning moment for them. And those are those things I want to do. And that's where I really want to go and what I want to do. So looking at, like in my district, those curriculum director roles. I don't want to be a principal. I don't want to be, I'm not looking for like a superintendent role. I'm looking for that other type, that curriculum and instruction role, to work with teachers and to work with teams to help them get to where they want to go, and do that on a wider scale. So that's really an overview of the journey, where I started and where I'm at right now. So thanks for joining me.